Blue collar, white collar, black professors, white scholars, politicians, Dalai Lamas. Everybody in the whole wide world need hope if I be honest. I'm in that number.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown. How are you doing today? All right, so I'm trying to learn how to do this OBS thing. That way I don't have to do a lot of video editing because it does take a lot of my time. Hey, brother got a job. You know, I got a business outside my job, so I'm a little busy sometimes. But I do try to make time to do what I love so much, and that's come on here and talk about the news today. Now, today I'm going to talk about Ayanna Pressley. Now, I recently did a video, and on that video, we talked about fake progressives. You know what I mean by fake progressive? Fake progressives. People who know deep down inside they're corporatists. They support the establishment. They want to become a part of the establishment. They kiss butt and kiss feet of the establishment. They carry the establishment talking points. They are surrogates for the establishment. They are in the forefront bigging up the establishment and not doing much for the people. Fake progressives. And what's going on right now, number one, people are thinking that progressives are only in the Democratic Party. Progressive has nothing to do with party. It's an ideology. It's a mindset. It's a concept. It's actually a state of the heart that we want to progress this country. We want to progress our children. We want to progress our teenagers. We want to progress people. We want to progress this country. We want everybody to progress. We don't try to tell people they got to pull up the bootstraps and things like that. They already know that crap. You don't tell people, well, you got to get a better education. We got thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people who went to get an education, can't even find a job. I just talked to one of my neighbors. His dad died. He tried to go back and redo, take over the lease, him and his family. And they raised the rent up. $2,800. This brother got one job, but need another job so he could take care of his family. Don't come at with me with you got need to get more education. This brother got 2 degrees. If you get the 5th degrees, he'll be a singing group. No, 2 degrees, and still it's just not enough. That's not fair. This brother shouldn't have to pay his student loan debt, especially when they didn't promise him the career that he's supposed to have. He's not doing what he went to school to do. I'm not doing what I went to school to do. Most people are not doing what they went to school to do. We bailed out the banks and didn't even bail out students. We bailed out the bank, we didn't bail out the people. Let me get back on this progressivism. Progressivism is a mindset. It has nothing to do with party. It's just a mindset. It's a way of thinking, a way of life. And sure, there can be some progressives in the Republican Party. There can be some progressive in Democratic Party. But there's progressives in the Green Party. They're progressive. And now some people say, well, they can't be no progressive in the Democratic Party. They're a bunch of cheese. You can never, ever, ever single out people. That's like saying all black people are thieves and they're violent. No. Who told you that lie? So just because you're in the Democratic Party don't mean you got to kiss up to the National Democratic Party. And you got to do whatever the Democratic Party tell you to do. I know some people in the Democratic that I know personally buck up against the Democratic Party. John McCain, he's a Republican, but he bucked up against the Republicans. So nobody has to do everything nobody do. I mean, there's progressives everywhere. And you want progressives everywhere. You want to get as many progressives in the Democratic Party. You want to get as many progressive in the Republican Party, Independent, Green Party, whatever, so they can build a coalition together to push this country forward. Real, true, standing up, chest out, hard to the core progressives. Me, like I said before, I'm a hybrid. I'm progressive. I got some a little conservative, so you can't put me in a box, but I lean more toward progressivism than conservatism. I believe this liberal and all this stuff, conservative, all this a bunch of talk of division, talk of segregation, separation, and they need to be thrown in the trash. We are all people, and we all people that are believing God to live the best life we supposed to live. You might not believe in God, but you still believe that you should be living the best life you should be able to live. And we shouldn't have no hindrances in that. We should eliminate any roadblocks in the way so people can come up in life. Yet, we got people who are running for office, know doggone well that they're not progressive. Case in point, Ayanna Pressley. Now, we recently talked about Andrew Gillum in Florida, blah, 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 kissing up the Cory Booker. How you can, I wouldn't even want to be affiliated with somebody who stabbed the back, who pretty much put on a Grim Reaper suit with the sickle and made it hard for the elderly people to get cheaper drugs, knowing some of these drugs meant life or death. This brother, this black man, this black Democrat, who they said may become the next Barack Obama. Well, that's done, son. You messed up. You messed up. You'll never be president. Ever. You can run, but you'll never win. Ever. Why? Because most of the independents and half the Democratic Party don't buy your bull, man. Case in point, Gilliam. Gilliam looked like the next Barack Obama. Same thing go with that brother. Yes, he'll probably win governor, but is he a real progressive? Because he just went from talking about Medicare for all to single payer to affordable medical services. No, we don't need affordable. We need Medicare for all. So he's changing his tone. And that's what I'm saying. We got to not be fooled by these fake progressives. How do you know the fake progressives? Well, let's talk about Ayanna Pressley. I'm going to show you a video of Ayanna Pressley. Please bear with me.
It is time to show Washington, D.C., both my fellow Democrats, who I hope will stand with us, and the Republicans who stand in our way, and to everyone in the 7th Congressional District, that change isn't waiting any longer. We have arrived. Change is coming.
Really, the district wanted a lot of change. Jeff Sanchez lost tonight. Byron Russian lost tonight. And apparently the district just is very upset with lots of things that are going on.
The 7th Congressional District, these municipalities knitted together, or just neighborhoods knitted together. And I've been, fighting for neighborhoods and working with community my entire life. At the end of the day, what I know is that we all come into this world with our own God-given potential to make a contribution. Talent is equitably distributed, but opportunity is not. But we're at a watershed moment when children are being ripped from the arms of families. There is no turning back from that, and this is not an agency that can be reformed.
I started this race 9-10 months ago. I was working in education and I was working in a restaurant, and I started this race out of a paper bag. I had flyers and clipboards, and it really just was nonstop knocking doors and talking to the community.
It belongs to all of us. It belongs to all of us.
Now, as you can see, Ayanna Pressley has become the first black woman to win that seat in Massachusetts. That seat is famous for John F. Kennedy. That seat is famous for Ted Kennedy, some Power Pack legends winning that seat. She even talked like a politician. She looked like a politician. She reminded me of Olivia Pope, a very beautiful woman, but I don't trust her, man. I don't trust her. I just don't trust her. Now, let's take a look at this. Her speech after her acceptance is too similar to Obama. Change cannot wait. So she's trying to channel her inner Barack Obama, looking like Barack Obama, looking like a female Barack Obama. She talk a good game. She walk a good game. But only 2 years ago, she was one of the most staunchest supporter of Hillary Clinton. No matter what was said down the pack about Hillary Clinton, she backed her up. No matter what accusations, no matter what charges against her, she kissed Hillary Clinton's feet. She kissed her butt so much, I don't know if she was trying to get a job in the campaign or whatever, but she was one of the most strongest surrogates for Hillary Clinton. And she dogged Bernie Sanders out like a dog. She even talked that talk about, well, let me show you what she said. Let me show you what she said.
The battle for New Hampshire is on. Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders are going head-to-head tonight, just days before the nation's first primary. The former Secretary of State is facing an uphill battle in the Granite State, where polls currently show Sanders leading Clinton by a 2-to-1 margin. CBS News senior political editor Steve Chigueras spoke with Boston City Councilor at Large and Clinton supporter Ayanna Pressley.
So what are you expecting to hear at the debate tonight?
More of the same. You know, it's forums like this where Secretary Clinton really shines. And I'm looking forward to her continuing to make a strong case to the American people why they should vote for her as the next president of these United States of America.
So there's this fight going on between her and Senator Sanders right now about who's more progressive. How does Secretary Clinton sort of win that fight?
Well, you know, I have to say, you know, first I just want to celebrate the caliber, the breadth of knowledge and wisdom and experience of both of our candidates. I'm very proud of our party. You know, I have to say, in terms of this debate, it really does agitate me. I don't know if there was some sort of you know, secret meeting of progressives that determined what defines a progressive. And I'm really tired of people sort of trying to mansplain to me what that is. I am an unapologetic progressive. I know what a progressive looks like, and I know what they do. And you cannot do in 3 days or 30 days what Secretary Clinton has been doing for 30 years. She is a progressive. It is being a progressive to fight for workers' rights, to fight for LGBT rights, to fight for women's rights, to fight for civil rights, to fight for voting rights. She is a progressive. So I'm tired of people trying to mansplain this away. She's made the case for herself in word and deed.
So Senator Sanders, though, Senator Sanders will say that he has been for gay rights longer than she has. He has been for, you know, on different side on the trade issue longer than she has. Iraq War, he points to that as an issue where they differed for a long time. So he argues that he's been a progressive longer than she has.
Okay, so let me just say this. I don't want to play this game, but if folks want to play this game, no progressive I know would vote 5 times against the Brady Bill. Now, I'm an elected official. I represent an entire city, and the issue that comes up in every space I'm in is violence and the plague of gun violence on our communities, a public safety and a public health crisis. So if we're going to start spouting out litmus tests for what it means to be a progressive, I don't know a progressive that wouldn't do everything in their power to end this cycle of violence that is plaguing our cities.
Can we talk about younger voters? So in Iowa,
I'm one of them.
70%. Sanders beat Clinton by 70 points among voters 30 and under, or 29 and under. How does Secretary Clinton get younger voters to pay attention to what she's saying?
Well, she has to keep doing what she already has been doing. But what I have to, you know, just underscore, I think the Secretary articulated this very well in Derry, New Hampshire last night. She's going to continue to work to earn their confidence and to earn their support. But whether youth support her or not, she will be supporting them as their president. And what I love about the Secretary is that she looks at all of these things holistically. So not only will she be the best president for them as a young person, she will be for them in the later years of their life and for their parents now, because she knows that strong families make for a strong America. I have to just say this, you know, I'm not easy. I don't casually lend my name, my sweat equity to any cause or any candidate. She has vigorously earned my support over the last 30 years in word and deed, and that's why I'm with her.
So 2 polls out today showed her down 20 points and 30 points to Sanders here in New Hampshire. Why do you think that's the case?
Oh, I mean, no. There are many things that could speak to that, but I'm not focused on polls. I'm focused on the people. I know that when she gets in a room and she has an opportunity to be in spaces like this, that people are converted. People that are lukewarm or that were never sold on her, they leave that space convinced and committed. These ridiculous arguments about enthusiasm really just not only discredit the secretary, but every single person behind her. The senior citizen, the great-grandmother that I saw in New Hampshire in frigid temperatures walking a cane canvassing, the many young people that are sleeping on the floors of campaign headquarters that haven't brushed their teeth or changed their clothes in days. And it discredits my 7-year-old stepdaughter. My 7-year-old stepdaughter who said, I want Hillary to win because I want a girl to be president. And that's not right. So
what does she have to do to close that gap? And if she doesn't, how do you see this playing out down the road?
Listen, don't underestimate Secretary Clinton. She's a fighter. She's going to continue to make the case to the American people. I'm very optimistic, and let me just say this. She's got a hell of a ground game.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, I don't know where to start with this. Oh, God. She reminded me of this beautiful woman I dated, Ivy League girl. I'm a brother from the hood, Not the best stellar education in the world, as you can see in my vernacular, in my vocabulary. I'm a hood dude, Don't let the bow tie fool you. I'm a straight hood. And when you come from the hood, yet somebody, Ivy League, is into you, and they realize that you're just a brother from around the way, and they're this educated, highly educated, and congratulations. They tend to kind of dominate you a little bit, or look down on you, or be condescending towards you because you don't have what I have, and you don't have the education that I have. I got some education you ain't got, sister. And nevertheless, please understand me. Listen to me clearly. I want more women winning elections. Women kicking butt in the Democratic Party. I got to give it to them. Kicking butt and taking names. More women running and winning over Lone's old school establishment politicians. She beat out an establishment politician. She can't run. She couldn't run under the establishment. I'll get to that. Let me go ahead and get to that. She couldn't run under the normal umbrella of the DNC because she wouldn't have got that support. After kissing all that behind her, Hillary Clinton, as you see in that interview, they wasn't going to fund her to run against this guy. They probably told her not to run against this guy. So I don't know if she came to our revolution. I don't know if she came to Justice Democrat. I don't know if she came to Brand New Congress. But obviously, she couldn't beat this establishment guy without some kind of help. The Democratic Party probably do what they do with a lot of black women, like they do with Nina Turner, and try to convince you can't run for this seat. We like this guy, and we don't want you running up against us. But knowing her, she probably said, I like this guy, but I can do better. And she decided, I'm going to go ahead and run. And she probably was recruited by the same organization that she talk about like a dog. She is posing to be progressive. Posing. She's a poser, a faker, to be progressive. So I don't know what is going on with Justice Democrats. I don't know what is going on with Brand New Congress. And I don't know what's going on with our revolution. Nina Turner, I understand you want to make sure sisters get an opportunity to run for office. I'm all for that. But this woman is a politician. She is not Ocasio, who come from being a teacher, working on campaigns, still doing a teaching job, working in a restaurant, straight to running for office. This is a seasoned, skilled politician that can talk the talk, but don't walk the walk. In other words, she talked that talk, but where will she do something for her people? She sounds just like Barack Obama, who talked the talk, got in office twice, and did nothing, especially for black people. Now, Rob, why are you always going to black people? Because black people need help, man. I'm not supporting you if you do not have no black agenda. I'm not supporting crooks. I'm not supporting you if you don't have a black agenda that you talk about in the black community on what you're going to do, what you commit to doing, or what you are sold to doing once you get in office. Any black person who decide to vote for any person, red, yellow, black, and white, it doesn't matter, and they don't have an agenda to help out the black community, real on paper, documented, bullet point vision to help out the black community, they don't deserve your vote. And you'll be a fool to give them a vote anyway, because I'm on team them. I want to make sure that we get a Congress to overturn. Look, I don't want Trump to have the power. I don't want Republicans to have all the power. But that don't mean I got to have all Democrats. I can have some independents in there that's going to lean toward progressivism. I don't have to vote blue no matter who. Who comes up with that stupid philosophy? You don't even know about the blue that you vote for, and you're going to vote for him anyway. That man could be a serial killer, a molester, you name it. And you talking about voting blue no matter who. I'm voting everybody but Republicans. Look, I'm not voting Republican, but I'm not voting blue no matter who. I'm voting for the most progressive candidate in that office. And instead of our revolution finding the most progressive candidate, no matter what party they're in, and pushing them, you're going to choose Ayanna Pressley, who is a condescending, cocky, arrogant former Hillary supporter, and probably still support her to this day. She probably couldn't say one bad thing about Hillary Clinton, knowing her record. And then she's going to be condescending, talking about, I don't need nobody to mansplain. Who was trying to mansplain you when that man was talking to you? That man asked you simple, clear-cut questions, and you didn't like it, and you're going to go pull another mansplain card. This is what I'm talking about. These cocky, arrogant, pulling all these bullet pointy talking points out your behind to try to shame somebody. Oh, but purity test. You doggone right, it's a purity test. We want good in office, not crooks, not schemers, not charlatans. And she sure sound like one to me. Yes, I want a black sister win. Now, she don't in that office. That seat is hers. See, we're not gaining seat in Massachusetts. We just maintaining a seat, which is good, as long as you don't lose it. We're not gaining any seats in New York. Sure, Ocasio beat out Crowley. Sure, Joe Klein is gone. Peace out. I'm glad you're gone, man. You're the reason why we can't even get health care in New York City. Glad he's gone. Yes, he's replacing number again. New York is a blue state. Majority of Democrats gonna win. Sure. We're talking about gaining seats and putting these politicians, holding them accountable. Now, you ran under one of those progressive organizations, and right now, from seeing that video, you pulling a fast one on somebody. You're kind of pulling the cover over somebody. Now, I had this video, but I watch my man Tim Black every now and then when I get a chance. And he was showing this video, and he amped me up because I was just going to show that video. But he beat me to it. That's my mentor. But nevertheless, I had to talk about it too. I want to see black politicians win. Because I believe some black politicians, if they haven't sold out, really have the heartbeat of the community. But it doesn't matter to me whether you're black, white, whatever. If you got a heartbeat for the community, I'm going to support you. And I don't give a crap whether you're DG, REP, POP. It don't matter. I don't care if you're part of the party. I don't give a crap. Do you have an agenda to get rid of student debt? Do you have an agenda of quantitative easing like Dr. Jill Stein got? Where you're going to erase all student debt and allow students to put money back into the economy? Are you going to provide no-cost education, at least to get your bachelor's degree? Are you going to provide single parent, Medicare for all, no-cost medical services? Are you going to provide that? Are you going to deal with the housing situation? Are you going to deal with the unemployment situation? Are you going to get a brand new deal and a green new deal? Are you going to pull our guys out of war and take some of that money we spend on the military complex and put it back into our economy? What are you doing? How are you going to do it? And do you have a clear-cut plan to uplift the black community? I know the Green Party do. They even got reparations. Now, I heard Gilliam has reparations. I don't know. I'm going to investigate this. But I want to see more black people win offices. But I don't want to just see black people win office. I want to see black people who are committed to lifting up black people and will get in the face of somebody who's going to get in the way of their agenda. I want to see that as a top priority, especially if you want the black votes. It's time that black people have been carrying over the Democratic Party. Black people helped Trump win. If black people didn't fall for the Trump bid and went out and voted for him, he wouldn't have won. And Hispanic. It's time, people. I'm telling you, it is time. This is no time for playing games. This blue no matter who crap, you need to throw that out the window. This less of the two evil, you need to throw that out the window. You need to find good politicians that has the people heartbeat, sold out to the people, and don't take PAC money or super PAC money, and is not sold out to these complexes, but sold out to you. And Ayanna Pressley, according to this was 2 years ago. A leopard don't change their spot. She didn't come to Jesus moment and just decide I'm going to change my entire life and become a real progressive. And then she going to talk about a real progressive don't do this, a real progressive. Baby, you don't know what a progressive is. You do understand Bernie Sanders represent Vermont. They got to have guns. If they don't have no guns in some of the rural areas, a bear or anything could come up in their house. Having a gun doesn't mean you're going to go out and kill a bunch of people. You work on that. The Brady Bill, I understand he said no to the Brady Bill. Brady Bill. That's all you got. He said no to he didn't sign the Brady Bill. Get out of here with that crap. So he didn't sign the Brady Bill. He represents his constituents in Vermont. That Brady Bill would have killed the possibility of them having some kind of arm to protect their household. You don't live in that environment. You don't live in rural areas. You live in Boston. Get out of here. Get out of here. And that's the only thing you got. That man marched with Dr. King. That man protested, chained himself to black women saying that if you're going to arrest them, you're going to take me to jail too. What have you done? That man fought for transgender rights. I mean, to each his own. I mean, hey, he fought for what he thought he was right. Transgender right. He fought for $15 minimum wage. He fought for things that's going to lift up people. What have you done? Now, I'm not on the Bernie Sanders bandwagon, but I can't discount his record in the past. I may not like the shenanigans that happened in 2016 election. I may not like him kissing up to the Hillary Clinton and waving the white flag and giving up his revolution to the Democratic Party. And I don't like the fact that he walking around like a wounded soldier, Benedict Arnold, trying to get people to join that army called the Democratic Party, who ain't doing nothing but stabbing you in the back just like the Republicans. But that's besides the point. I can't discount his record. But I do have a philosophy. It's not what you've done in the past, it's what you do now. He is trying to get legislation passed and probably don't have a chance in heaven or hell to get passed because it's too good for the people. But at least he's trying. I always separate Bernie Sanders, the legislator, from Bernie Sanders, the presidential contender. I ain't got nothing against the legislator. Presidential contender, I got problems with that dude because he sold his people out. And if he would have ran for office, Trump wouldn't been president or Hillary Clinton. Ayanna Pressley. I really believe his sister is a poser. I really believe Tom Perez and a couple of people in the office who wanted to run against an establishment candidate. Tom Perez say, okay, let's have a meeting. You're going to get a chance to run, but we're not going to help you. I want you to go to Bernie Sanders' organization or these other progressive organizations, act like a wounded soldier, act like you're progressive, and run against these guys to either split the vote. Either way, if you win, we win because we know you're on our side. But even if you lose, my guy win because either way, we in this together. And Bernie Sanders just don't see it. Blind as a bat, don't even see it. Hoodwink. Or maybe he's not. Maybe he's not. What an easy way to get a centrist politician, corporate politician, into office. Act like you're progressive, talk progressive, look progressive, don't take no money. And if you lose, that's fine. We ain't got no problem. You just helped us take away true votes from, you help us split the vote so a real progressive can't win. If we can get a corporatist to run under the DNC funded by the DCCC, and if we can get a Democrat, corporate Democrat posing as a progressive to run under our revolution, to run under a Justice Democrat, then we win no matter what. Corporatism win no matter what. I got a feeling that that's their plan. And we're seeing people like Ayanna Pressley. Again, beautiful black woman, but the woman is a corporatist to the core. She's a suck up. And believe me, she's the black version of Barack Obama, the female black version of Barack Obama with Hillary Clinton tendencies. And just like Hillary Clinton didn't do nothing for black people, just like Barack Obama didn't do nothing to black people, she ain't going to do it. In my book, I don't think she's going to do anything. Gilliam, same thing. I don't see, now don't get me wrong. My aunt lives in Tallahassee, and she said he's done some good things. And he got some good ideas. Well, like I said, I'll wait on it. He got to win that election. Ayanna Pressley won her seat. Alexandria Ocasio won her seat. There is no challenger. It's a done deal. That seat wasn't a seat gained to stop Trump. That seat was a seat, those seats were a seat to maintain to stop Trump. There's very rarely a Republican in New York City or New York State that's going to win an office. This is a blue state with a little hint of green, but it's a blue state. So those seats are safe. My thing is, now they got these seats and these seats are safe. What are you going to do to hold their feet to the fire? Because I'm telling you, them winning the office was part of the Tom Perez plan. All right, you are not running against our man. We chose this guy. This is the guy who we want to run. And the DCCC is going to support them. I got PACs going to support them. I got corporations that's going to support them. I do still need you, though. I'm going to recruit you to go undercover, incognito, or nego, whatever you want to call it. I want you to go incognito, act like you're a progressive, get with Bernie Sanders, our Revolution, and Nina Turner, get with Justice Democrat, get with brand new Congress, and get their support. And I want you to run against this dude. Either way, whoever wins, we all win, baby, because we know you're still part of our side. If you win, we know you're on our side. You're going to fake the funk until you win the general election. But after that, we know you corporatism. We fooled them. As Al Sharpton say, we got them. That's what's going on here. That's what I believe going on. So please, people, don't be fooled by the yippity yap of these politicians. The yippity yap, and don't be fooled by that. And don't have these dumb ideologies of any blue would do and these dumb ideologies of the lesser two evil. Find a good politician. Lord, I don't know if that is such thing, because politics mean many bloodsuckers. So I'm telling you to find a good many bloodsuckers. Find a good man or a good woman that wants to run for office. I prefer activists. That's why I'm supporting Jill Stein and John Baraka if they run again. That's why I'm supporting some of their candidates for governor, not attorney general, but state comptroller unit. I'm looking at a lot of Green Party people because I'm not voting for corporate. Let me say something. Cuomo. I'm not voting for that guy. After what happened to Cynthia at the end, I just can't do that guy. I can't do that dude. Can't vote for him. But look at these candidates. Go look up their records. Go look up their records. Don't be doing no slut voting. Now, I did a video not too long ago about slut voting. You know what a slut voting is? Vote for straight D's on the ballot, and you don't even know who the crap you voting for. You don't know who that person is. Same thing on the Republican Party. You vote all R's. Get to know your candidate. Pick up the phone. Go find a leaflet. Look at what they believe in. Look at what they want to do for your community. Look at what they've done for your community. Go volunteer. Pick up the phone. Get to meet the dude. That's what I do. And if I can sense you're not for me, you're not for me, and I'm not voting for you. I don't care who party you in. And I can name some names, some politicians who ask me for their support, and they know me. I've done workshops for them. But I'm not supporting that dude. I know one politician I'm supporting, and that's my man Louis Sepulveda here in the Bronx, Congressman Vaca in the Bronx. I'm not supporting no Ruben Diaz Jr., and I'm not supporting no Marion Cuomo, whatever his name is. I'm not supporting him. I am supporting Tish James, a Democrat. It's my girl. So anyway, you guys got to get to know your politicians. Don't be people. I mean, look, I was young and I've learned my lesson. I'm older. I'm 50. I just turned 50 about a few weeks ago. I'm getting to be old pops. I could be a candidate for sugar daddy, but the money ain't right yet. Okay, You know, I got some young girls I can get with, but I don't flow that way. But get to know these people. Don't be just going to the club and you see one hot mama and she got on that, placow in the front, placow in the back, and she putting it all on you on the dance floor, and you're all going crazy, and you trying to get her drunk to take her home. You don't even know her or what she got inside her, and you trying to get something. Come out there with something you don't want. It's the same thing when it comes voting. Don't go out there just checking off the box. You don't know these politicians. You're going to come out with something you don't want. And Ayanna Pressley, I'm glad she is not in New York because she would not get my vote. She is a poser, a faker, a con artist. She's conning her way into that office, and she won. She won. Garcia won. Gilliam won. I can go on and on and on. Anyway, I'm done, man. I just wanted to show that. Because don't be fooled by these people, because they may be talking that talk that I'm a progressive, and I'm sold out to my people. I'm sold out to the community. I want to lift the people up. Forget all these corporations. Forget all the. And like I said, nothing wrong with corporations. It's just that corporations shouldn't be trying to buy up politicians. So don't fall for it. I'm telling you, there's a lot of fakers out there in the Democratic Party. A lot of corporatists will be faking and running as progressives. And these progressive organizations better get their act together and really do their vetting on these people. How dare that video be out and one of these three organizations decide to support her, set her up to run for office, and help her win, knowing that video was out there. Anyway, I'm done. I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. I'll let you later. Peace. Y'all gotta bear with me. I'm trying to learn this OBS thing. Hey, if you like the content, please like it, share it through all the social media platforms. If you have not subscribed, make sure you stop me right now and subscribe. Don't just subscribe, but hit the notification bell like that, a little bell. You gotta click that. That'll let you know when I'm dropping a video. Whoop, there it is. And by all means, if you want to support through Patreon, I appreciate people who appreciate the program and want to donate to the cause on Bob TV. And I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. Peace.